This is Ali. He's from 1940s. He took an IQ test and scored an average of 95. Ahmad took an IQ test in 1970s and he scored an average of 100. In 2000, Hakim took an IQ test and scored an average of 115. After a decade, the average score of a person taking an IQ test would increase. According to Flynn effect, I believe people are getting smarter as the years goes by. What could be the contributing factors? Firstly, students are better educated nowadays. They get better education from school, tuition center, better technology, and improved education system. Secondly, smaller families. Today, the number of average children for each couple is only 2. The children probably receive more attention and the parents are more conscious of their children's behavior and education. Also, today's students are being tested so often that they become test savvy. This means that they know how to take tests and do well on them. Which of the factors explaining the Flynn effect do you accept? We choose education. Why? Let's compare between students of the past and present. In 1947, during that particular time, most of the community have many children and job opportunities were low. Thus, they cannot afford to pay for school fees. This is why education standard was low. For example, income of a family from a father who works as a rubber tapper while the mother is a housewife is not enough to send their children to school. Number 2 is distance. The distance between house and schools were far away. Rainy days, bad weather, natural disasters made it even more difficult for them to attend school. The war affected the entire growth of country and education level at that time. The destructions of schools, facilities, properties affect the ability to obtain education. They lacked of facilities for studying. Slow growth of the country also affected the education level at that time. Now, students are different from the past. The evolutions of technology makes them more exposed to tons of information that can be reached easily over the internet. Other resources such as books and journals are readily available for their knowledge. Besides, the facilities nowadays are complete. For example, libraries, computer labs, and science labs. Furthermore, teachers also influence students' performance as they are equipped with better teaching techniques. If the Flynn effect is true, thus this undermines the theory that IQ is mostly inherited. Why or why not? Next video will explain this story.
IQ is not mostly inherited. This is because there is the other factor that strongly influences someone's education. This is the example of the students which come from high IQ level family and lower IQ level family.
conclusion, the Flynn effect on education is accepted as the students today are more educated than their ancestors, and education leads to higher test score.
This is the famous Swiss brand Nestle. In 1912, Nestle made its move to our very own country and is now one of the leading brands in Malaysia. Nestle produces a range of products from your favorite cereals, chocolates and ice creams, to your beloved drinks and beverages. But what most people don't know is that Nestle is also in the front line in promoting diversity in organizations. In implementing diversity as its culture, Nestle took advantage of Malaysia's multicultural citizens by hiring workforce from different cultural and ethnic backgrounds. Diversity in products is another aspect they instill in the organization through innovation and creations. As such, they came out with Maggi instant noodles in curry and Asam Laksa flavors to suit local tastes and culture. In fact, Nestle has also managed to cater all lifestyles and ages with products ranging from milk powder for infants to healthy cereal for those concerned with their health. Nestle also took the initiative to obtain the halal certification to gain trust from the Muslim community from the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia or JAKIM. Thus, in order to ensure continuous improvement in its diversity programs, Nestle can emulate other top companies' methods in encouraging diversity. Panasonic establishes work-life balance support system, which includes, among others, flexible work system for those raising children or caring for the elderly in the form of shortened work hours, half days, and alternate days. Besides that, Nestle can offer packages that include insurance such as health and dental insurance and paid holidays in order to attract young and potential employees. On the other hand, Nestle can also have their employees regularly fill out surveys to measure how satisfied and engaged women and different minority groups are inside the company, like how Xerox has been doing. This is to ensure that these groups of employees, who are often disregarded in organizations, do not feel so under Nestle's environment. As one of the most established foreign companies and brands in Malaysia, Nestle is proof that encouraging diversity brings more benefits than harm to an organization. Thus, other organizations could emulate Nestle in its efforts in promoting diversity as a step towards becoming a global organization and brand.